Hey everyone, welcome back to Addie P's Real Estate Tea, where today we're going to briefly discuss July 2022 market report stats. Now, before I get into this video, as I always so graciously ask, and you also graciously oblige, if you would be so kind to hit that thumbs up button if you like what you hear in this video. Don't forget, sharing is caring. Please share this video with someone that you know would love to hear this information. Also, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you subscribe, hit that bell notification to be notified of all future videos on this channel. And you already know, if you're watching your girl from Instagram, drop her a heart and show her some love. All right. Now, as I've been referencing in all of my videos in the past couple of months now, showing my age, this Rager Party, which was a representative of the market that we have been faced with the latter part of 2020 on well into 2022 as well. Um, that Rager Party is now starting to really die down. You know, people are throwing their cups away if they're nice and kind, red solo cups, and they are headed towards the door. The DJ is slowing the music down. We are definitely facing a market cool down due to, again, higher interest rates, rising housing prices, which is definitely pricing a lot of buyers out of the market. And it's a tough situation, but I mean, there's really not a lot you can do about rising housing prices. Now, I know in my last video I had mentioned the fact that the Biden administration was supposed to be discussing a possible home affordability act and so forth. I've been following along with that act. Nothing new with it yet. It was just kind of introduced and still in the infancy stages of the bill. However, again, not too sure what you can do about that. And just like gas prices and food prices and energy prices, housing prices are continuing to rise. That's not changing anytime soon, at least for the foreseeable future. So that has definitely caused a market cool down. Not only locally here in the Lehigh Valley, but also nationally too. In fact, NAR reports that it is the fifth consecutive month that we've experienced pending sales decline. All right. But on the flip side of that, again, we're experiencing those rise in prices. In fact, here in the Lehigh Valley, the median sales price rose 9.1% to $300,000. So again, we are going to be faced with higher prices no matter what for the foreseeable future. Now, what that's doing with the market is it's shifting those buyers that are being priced out into the rental market. And if you are on the landlord side of this, this is a great time if you've been thinking about being a landlord, and if there are opportunities, investment opportunities available, which it seems as such, because July we did see a bump up nationally in inventory. So if you are looking for, starting off on an investment track and becoming a landlord, this would definitely be the time to check that out, because you're getting all of those buyers who unfortunately cannot buy right now, who have been priced out of the market, who are looking to purchase or to rent, because housing is essential. You need a place to live, of course. So you're going, if you can't buy, then you're going to rent. So it's very lucrative right now. And in fact, rents have increased just like housing prices have increased. So definitely something to think about If you are an investor or you're looking to become a landlord, or you already are a landlord and maybe thinking about adding to your portfolio, you know, if there's an increase in inventory, which there has been, something that's up your alley, consider purchasing something and joining this rental craze here that's going on. Now, a couple of other numbers here locally. We had a days on market is down by 7.1% to 13 days on the market, which is phenomenal. Again, we are really still in this rager. The rager party's still going on, even though the lights are starting to slowly come on and the DJ slowed the music down just a little bit. We are still going strong. I personally, being out here with clients of mine, we're still seeing multiple offers and so forth. We're still seeing calls for highest and best. So I think that when you think about buying and you think about buyers and the numbers of buyers that are out there, you think, oh, wow, everybody's getting priced out. Well, that's definitely not everybody. You have to remember that we still have buyers from 2020 that are still in the making here of buying a home. So this is really their time at this point to take advantage of maybe some folks leaving the buying arena and, you know, and there being an increase in inventory for them to choose from. And still not a lot of increase. In fact, inventory was down by 19.2%. Month supply was down by 14.3% to 1.2 months. So we still are seeing still don't have enough inventory to meet what buyers are out here. So that just kind of encompasses how many buyers we have. There's still buyer demand, not as much as there was maybe 6 months ago, but there's definitely still quite a bit of buyer demand. So again, for sellers that are in the market or thinking about entering the market and listing their home, this should definitely be encouraging news. As far as the housing prices rising, sellers are still getting what they want. In fact, over what they want for a house. You still, if you're priced accordingly, and you're at market price, you're probably going to get more than what you're asking still in this market, even though things are cooling. And I think I've referenced this quite a few times, not to beat a dead horse, but I feel that we are moving more back to 2018 type market, a little bit more balanced than what we saw again, end of halfway through 2020, all the way through until the past, a few months now where things have been cooling down. Now, nationally, existing home sales fell by 5.4% month to month and 14.2% year over year. So, again, we know things are cooling down a bit. I think that they're actually balancing out a little bit. And, while there will be some folks who won't be able to take advantage of buying a home, maybe right now or the foreseeable future, it's really not all doom and gloom. And I really don't subscribe to the whole, oh my goodness, this is going to crash, this is going to burn. I don't think we're going to see 2008 all over again, which is a lot of looming fears that folks have. But, we're going to see this cool down. Now, what I do see that we may be faced with is a slight uptick, which it is happening in foreclosure activity. And you have to realize that a lot of folks did not take advantage of some of the pandemic relief or aid, or could not take advantage of it, depending on how what type of mortgage they had or how it was structured. And unfortunately, they really didn't do too good of a job at putting that information out there, in my opinion. So a lot of folks missed out on some of the aid that was available, such as forbearances, such as home buyer assist or home ownership. Excuse me, not home ownership. Seller, assistance for homeowners, basically to help you with your mortgage if you are going through a hard time and so forth. And that kind of coincided with a lot of the aid that was given out to renters, which some of that aid actually is still available, by the way. If you're watching this video and you're a renter, you're going through some tough times, but the aid is expected to come to a halt and slow down and actually run out by next month, from what I'm understanding. But there was quite a bit of pandemic aid, and unfortunately, again, a lot of folks were unable to really take advantage of that. So, what you're seeing now are the residuals of that, plus job market changes and so forth. And I think we've discussed this a few times in my videos, with wage growth. That's another factor too. It just has not been able to keep pace with housing prices. So, all of these things kind of jumbled up, and it really has made a perfect storm here for kicking some folks out of home buying. And if we are seeing that slight uptick, back to my point of foreclosure activity and so forth, then we are going to see an even harder press and pressure on the rental market then, because those folks, again, housing is essential. You need a place to live. Those folks that are no longer able to live in their home, and they lost it maybe to foreclosure, or gave it back to the bank, then they're going to be looking for a place to rent as well. So it's interesting to see how we close this year out. We are now, as of the time of this video, into 2 months into the second part of the year. And, while things are cooling down and, as I like to think, balancing out, in my humble opinion, it's really interesting to see how, the rest of the year is going to be. If we are going to continue to see the rise in prices, which I do believe that we will. And, is there going to be enough inventory to kind of help quell some more of this buyer demand that is out here? And will we return to a time of affordable housing, or at least will we have increased wages in order to help match that? So until my next video, hopefully we'll have some answers. Until then, you all have a blessed one. Take care.